Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. We are, as I'm recording this, we are in the full moon in Capricorn energy. I have my moon lamp on and this is just a reminder, this is some powerful energy happening. Not just because of the full moon itself, it's also because of how it, where it stands in comparison to some other planets. You can also check for your personal natal chart where you're, well, first of all, where you have Capricorn. It's Capricorn 21 degree. So where, like, which kind of planets are positioned at 21 degrees. And you can see what's going to be impacted more for you. And also it's in the third house. So whatever you have in the third house may be more activated. That area of your life may be more activated at this time. But it's definitely a supermoon. Yep, read it, confirmed it. I mean, I saw it with my eyes. This was the time when I first saw it, how huge it was. And none of the images do justice. Like, I have to actually see it. And then, yeah, I read that. I mean, it's called the pink moon or the buck moon. The whole concept of, I think, from Native American tribes, where this is the time, like, this is the season when the antlers grow out of the bucks. They mature, basically, right? So this is like this time of maturity. Not to mention that this is the 7th month. We're in, post 7/7 portal, which is about going deeper, right? Which is about seeing the bigger picture, all of those things. Capricorn is also pointing our attention to the lessons that we learn, to how we learn, right? So all kinds of interesting aspects here. I did the reading dedicated to the full moon yesterday, so you can check out the latest reading. I mean, the last one before this one today. This is our classic checkup. So let's see what's going on with feminine and masculine. And as a little surprise, I decided to use a different deck for the oracle message. I brought the Alice Wonderland, it's actually called. I don't know why there are no prepositions here, but. And then we'll do the main read with the Muse Tarot, with my abstract modern art deck. And finally, we'll get some guidance from the angel therapy of what is preferable to do at this time to, either heal or to have a better, bigger impact in terms of knowledge and ascension, opening up something new. Full moons, of course, are about releasing stuff that we don't need, right? Whatever applies. What is the advice? We'll get a message for each of the twins. And last but not least, I have the little deck with oracle messages from Divine Masculine. So we'll see what comes out, what's going on with them. Okay, so let's start with an oracle card for Divine Feminine first. Of course, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, to leave a comment, to share it on your wall somewhere in your networks. Help me spread the word. Okay, basically jumped out at me. We have, for Divine Feminines, it's always tea time. Oh, I love this. Number 26. Eternity, endless moments, repetition. Yeah, so this is about cycles. It's also about the notion of time and how elusive it is, right? Yeah, it's eternity, endless moments. That time is the concept that the way we see it, the way we perceive it with our conscious mind, is an illusion that we use to kind of structure our lives in a certain way for convenience, basically. The lineage of it is also like the sequencing is also something like the timelines is what is the concept for our conscious mind to get our heads around what is happening, right? To be able to tell a story, right? To put something in context, etc., etc. Whereas basically, well, first of all, we have all the time we need, and at the same time, when we have the present moment. And another big thought is that because time is an illusion, basically we don't necessarily, especially if you believe in, well, I mean, I guess you do if you're on a twin flame journey, in reincarnations, or at least in souls, kind of like moving in between different lifetimes, right? This is a concept that our different lifetimes do not necessarily exist like one after another in a sequence. That we live a life, we die, we reincarnate somewhere else, we live a life, we die, we reincarnate. It's not that sequence in time. We could be living several lifetimes at the same time in parallel. So, and there's like a lot more to unpack there, but this is just a reminder, back to the reading, back to the card, that time is an illusion. Whatever your challenge with time is right now, whether you feel like you're behind in your progress, or you feel like you're bored because you don't know what to do with the time you have right now, like you feel like you're supposed to wait but you don't know how to do that, like what does it actually mean, right? Like whether it's taking too much advantage of time or feeling like you don't have enough, like this is asking you to remind yourself that this is an illusion. And that's why we are all doing our best, right? With the resources we have, with the energy we've got, with where we are in this 3D space, to our best ability, right? But we should never stress ourselves or be making big lifetime decisions based on the concept of time, because it's an illusion. Like even if we go farther to big decisions like I need to get married in the next, I don't know, year because, and then whatever, fill in the blanks. I'd like to have a baby in the next couple of years, or then it's not gonna be good for my health, so I may not be able to get pregnant. Or, by this age, everyone in my family already had kids and, some sort of, I don't know, a house, and they were able to do XYZ, they had a family, so I better do it, right? Even that is connected to the concept of time. You may not see it that way at first, but if you think about it, it is connected to it. So whichever scale you go to, whether it's like I'm running late with this assignment and it's a stressful moment for me, and finishing with I'm running late with getting married and getting pregnant, like it's all connected with this concept of time. And also this is reminding you that you may have very valuable lessons on your journey connected with time. So think about that today. For the masculine, sorry, that was a long one. I'll speed it up. Number 30, law is not justice. Ooh, that's a good one. I can feel it strongly for the masculines, actually. Rules that are not fair, yeah. So law is not justice. And again, law can mean like, it's a wider meaning of the word law here, right? Because laws can be like actual legal laws, legislation. It can also be the social concepts and conventions, right? The cultural traditions, I don't know, maybe code of conduct at work. It can be any kind of those that people or a specific person considers a rule for themselves that they're supposed to follow, right? And that's where we are reminding, or masculines are reminded that, again, if it says so in a book, even if it says so in a book, it doesn't mean that it's fair and it's a way to go. And if it's just a tradition or it's what other people are doing around me, that's why I feel pushed to do the same. That's not even a thing. It doesn't mean that necessarily all of these people are right. It also, guess what? It doesn't mean that if it worked for that person, that it's the right choice for you. Newsflash. But I can see how many people in general are guided by that and how many decisions are driven with that concept. And I can definitely see it a lot more relevant for the masculines, of how much they look up, first of all, to other men, other masculines in their surrounding, their family, right? And what is expected of a man in their community, in their society in general. So what their friends are doing, like, similar groups, actual people that they know, and what do they see from like the mass, right? The public, of what is expected of a man. Like those things, unfortunately, push for a lot of decisions and a lot of directions that the man choose to go to. Okay, tarot. Oh, that was fast. Okay, 4 of emotions for feminines. For masculines, what do we have for today? Fool. Love it. For the connection energy. What do we have for the connection energy? Eight of Inspiration. Love this. This is that strength card and courage that we were talking about. Love it. And although I think this is the sun, but reminds me of the moon, the full moon that we're in now. So the full moon is helping the twins find that courage, find confidence that they need to move forward. That's beautiful. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Emotions. So you may get distracted. That's what I'm getting here. You may get distracted. Don't fall for it, because there's a lot going on, and at the very least, focus on yourself. That's gonna be the best use of your time. If you're not sure, if you're like drawn in different directions, you're not sure what am I gonna give my energy to today or this week even, right? Focus on you then. That's always a good choice. I don't mean this in the self-indulgent way. I mean this in the self-care way, and also the healing way. Right? If this full moon is helping bring to the surface certain things that you were in denial about, or you just didn't have the knowledge about, work with that information. Beautiful use of your time. Okay, I'm gonna pull some clarifiers actually. I'll take the Right Away deck today. Please clarify Four of Emotions. Okay, Seven of Swords. Please clarify the Fool. So once in reverse, please clarify Eight of Inspiration. Woo. Nice. Bottom of the deck, yeah, Five of Wands. Another, I was just talking about being distracted. This is the essential distraction card. Karmic battle and noise from other people. Don't get caught up on that. So for the feminines, we have Four of Emotions, which is Four of Cups, clarified by Seven of Swords. Yeah, so what I'm getting is that you may be a bit down and low about where you are with the twin flame journey. This is definitely pointing us to the love connection. You may feel like you are not at the place you need to be at. And for some reason, I'm getting the word need to be at. Like, you already set up some goals, like it's a project that I'm going through and there are certain milestones, and you, from what you see, you're not satisfied with the result compared to what your plan was. Yeah, so this is showing you that it's like, there's a lot more going on than you know. So even if your DM is not necessarily showing you what you would expect to be shown to you, told, whatever, any action that you expect as a criterion for like, yes, we're on track, right? The fact that that's not there is just teaching you about letting go of your expectations. It doesn't mean that the energy is not there. And that's a great piece of news, everybody. It's happening, it's there, and that's what we see in this card too, right? That's one of the concepts actually, but in this deck is emphasized that the love is there. Look at those kissy faces. Look at this huge cup of love. But the person is still upset. They're still focusing on the third party, on some unhappy moments, or maybe even unhappy experiences. While the cup is there, it's huge. The love is there. Right? And that's the deceit, like a self-deceit kind of thing. If I don't see it, I don't believe it, that sort of idea. So yeah, something to think about, to work on. The masculines have the Fool, clarified by Ace of Wands in reverse. So I'm getting this fun. It's like masculines are thinking to themselves, it's enough. It's yeah, I'm done with fooling around. It's a Fool card, but they don't want to fool around. You know what I mean? Like with Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like, effing around, basically. It's not about self-indulgence and take it, the way you want to take it with the Ace of Wands here, very phallic symbol. It's not about just finding an easy way out or finding a quick release. It's about you know, it's a huge journey. Like there's so much. Look at that galaxy view around for this specific card. Like there is such a big beautiful universe out there, and they're getting this nudge to focus on the important stuff, on the big picture. And even though it seems like it's a desert, like it's an endless desert, and they don't know where the end of it is, they don't know when they're gonna be able to find the answers they're looking for, it's very important to start taking the steps, as you can see in this card as well. So they are taking the steps. It may not necessarily be towards divine feminine, it will depend, because this is a general reading, but it's a step to the truth. It's the step on the spiritual path, which is so important. For the connection, so we had 8 of Inspiration clarified by Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Yeah, so this is now not about the rush. It's not about meeting the deadline for the twins. It's not about I'm gonna feel guilty if I don't do XYZ. It's about being in your own, you know, being in your natural habitat. It's a bit being comfortable, right? It's knowing where to act and where to take a break and chill and reflect, right? It's about enjoying the journey as well. It's about feeling, you know, beautiful and powerful and worthy, right? That's the important part. As soon as it becomes, that's a big message for the twins, as soon as it becomes unpleasant and hurtful, that's a point to take a break, reflect, adjust, heal, and then move on. Because if you're trying to meet the deadline and step forward, you see this kind of stretch, it's like a slingshot almost. The more you're trying to kind of move against the wind or against the wave, the harder it's going to be to make progress. And essentially, with the example of a slingshot, you will get pulled back anyways. Back to the drawing board. You can avoid it for a while, but it's still gonna catch up to you. So you might as well be wise and be, you know, it's Pentacles is about resources, can be different kinds of resources, including your energy, your time, your money, of course. So we're talking about time a lot here, but yeah, just the last thought here, that the Queen of Pentacles knows, you know, what kind of, you know, how to manage resources. Let's take money as an example, like what to invest into, what to save for the rainy day, right? What the needs are of the household, of the family, right? How to manage it. If the King is more about going out there and making money, the Queen of Pentacles is about managing the resources, about distributing them in a wise manner. So yeah, this is about that knowledge of how to spend your resources. That's what the twins are learning at this point, and it's emphasized with the full moon energy. For some of them it will be more enjoyable experience, for some of them not so much, but it's a very important concept. Okay, angel therapy. Let's see, a card for divine feminines, please. Manifestation power, I love it. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Nice. Yep, and you see that we have this angel here, so your angels, your guides are with you at this time, so work with them and work with your own gifts and energy to bring about, to attract what you would like to attract into your life at this point, to help you on the journey, to make it more enjoyable, you know, whatever you are drawn towards. But make it count. Interesting message. Don't dream small. Okay, for the masculines. Mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. soul, with ancestors, basically, with a soul family, somebody who's passed away. That's interesting. Yeah, that's another source of information, inspiration, and assistance. Messages from divine masculines to divine feminines. What would divine masculines like to share at this time? What's on their mind and their heart? What's happening on their journey that we can know, that we're supposed to know? By the way, if you're interested in a personal reading or a coaching session, do not hesitate to reach out via an email address. We have, I never meant to hurt you. The sun is playing in my head now. I do see twin flame signs. Beautiful. And I focus on money as I have nothing to offer you. Yeah, so this is another way of how this is going to be important. This is how we will see it play out for the masculines. Because the masculine is usually focused on making money, of providing for themselves and people around them, right? It's a constant theme. They will start seeing now how not just to go out and make money, being abundant and successful is not just about knowing how to make money. It's also about knowing how to manage the money, how to distribute, how to invest, right? How to manage your budget, those kind of things. It's just as important to be successful and abundant, to keep what you've earned, basically, right? To keep, not just I'm keeping it for myself, but to have it flowing and to have it benefiting you, not just it comes and it goes and you don't even notice it. I know a lot of people who live their lives like that. So yeah, that's all interesting and important. I hope these messages have helped you today. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye everyone.